Hello, everyone. Welcome to Marilyn's Tarot Take. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. I want to bring forward the Allcento Tarot by Michael J. Auger. Now, I have been sitting on this deck for a week or so, toiling about how to present this because it is such an historic deck in that it deals with all facets of how the tarot developed and the different styles, and it's really so historically based. I felt like, well, I can't do it justice. But then I decided I'm just going to bring it forward from the enthusiasm place in me alone. He has a YouTube page that goes through the cards, goes through the process, goes through the history. It's fascinating. It is just a joy to watch his videos. Even if you don't have the deck, watch his videos. It's Michael J. Auger. Um, if you just type that in for the YouTube, you will find it. And I will also put the link in the description here today. But this deck has so much to offer, and it is, like I say, has such a rich history involved in every card. So today, I'm just going to show my enthusiasm for the deck, go through what the deck basically is, and then steer you to his YouTube page, which will move even farther forward on all the information you will need. Beautiful, beautiful picture on the box. Coloring, texture, it's very smooth, and I'm tactile, so loving it. Beautiful artistry on these sides. It's called Allcento Tarot because it is a 100 card deck, all 100 tarot. And the guidebook is just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So I'll read the back. Allcento Tarot combines a rich symbolism from historic tarot traditions as well as the most popular modern incarnations. Inspired by early Marseille Minciati Tarot, this is delightful 100 card deck with black painted edges incorporates zodiac cards, all 7 virtues, and the lesser known triumph cards, including the dragon and the grail. The 144-page illustrated guidebook explores numerological and Kabbalistic insights, casting light on hidden and forgotten knowledge, while presenting an engaging new approach to tarot. It is wonderful. There's just kind of a preview of what the cards are going to look like. They're wonderful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm just going to take this time to go through the deck. I'm going to move these bits up here. I have to have my crystal accoutrement here. All right. Lovely box. It's a this comes across blue on my camera. This is actually a purple cloth, and this is actually more purple than blue. So it just doesn't show up that way. Here's the book. Beautiful. Again, that's wonderful texture. And there she is, the Justice card on the front. The book is so in depth. Again, this is a US Games. If I didn't say that before, this is a US Games product. And there's a dedication and thanks. There's a lovely table of contents. I don't know why this is so dark all of a sudden. Hold on. There, that's better. My camera's finicky. So you have the introduction, which I won't read. It's quite lengthy. But understanding the keys and the secrets. He's got for the major arcana, however you want to say it. The air is swords, east, winter, dawn, head, spades, which I like. There's a representation of the body that that the suit represents, the actual playing cards, the time of day, the direction. I love that. I love that. And then he has the symbols for air, cups, wands, discs. And then in the court cards, he's also incorporated the Myers-Briggs personality types. So he has all of those listed. And then he has symbols for the actual number of the cards. The ace is unity, You've got duality, creativity, stability, disruption, harmony, struggle, balance, power, and transition. And then also, there are zodiac cards as well. There's a series of 14 zodiac cards. The zodiac was originally divided into 10 signs before its revision long ago, which I didn't know. I learned something. The original 10 signs were Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio as one sign, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Virgo Scorpio was divided into 2 separate signs and Libra was added. The zodiac was adjusted again more recently with 2 additional star signs, Ophiuchus, and that's the serpent bearer, and balanced with Cetus, the sea monster. All 14 zodiac cards are included in the Allcento. So that is fabulous. It's a nice book, quite a bit of information for each card. The cards are depicted in black and white here. And then in the back, we have more about, we've got the spreads, Celtic Cross, the Tetractys spread, satellite spread. These are different spreads, and I love that. I always like to delve into the spreads. Then it references the Tree of Life, which is all a part of the history of tarot. And there's quite a nice explanation of the Tree of Life and the traversing thereof. They got the path of the serpent there and how you travel through the Tree of Life. And then in the back, it's about the author. Michael Auger pronounces his last name Auger. He has red hair, wears lots of black, and is known for creating offbeat artwork that is bold and playful. He has intensely researched the history and tradition of many occult philosophies and spiritual movements. He believes in magic and follows a solitary path without affiliation to any religion or group. The Allcento Tarot deck he has created combines symbolism from the earliest historic incarnations as well as the most popular modern traditions. It's not only casts light on forgotten and hidden knowledge, but also synthesizes the variations into the rectified systems that is both familiar and radically new. You can find more about Michael on his website, offbeatartwork.com. Another path of the Tree of Life there. And in the end notes, he has some books in selected readings that he suggests. So this is a fabulous book. And like I said, this deck has a plethora of information on the history thereof. Now, he has the cards in a little different order. I'm going to honor him by going through the order in which he has them. So lovely backs. That's his symbol there. Love it. It's purple. That is purple. Now that shows up a little more purple than the other. Needed to color there. All right. So I'm going to set this over here and we'll get to that. So let's go through the cards. I'm going to lower the camera just a pinch. I didn't even pause it. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to lower the camera. All right. Here's the Ace of Swords, which in the playing cards would be the spade. The Ace of Cups. I think I'm going to lay them out this way so we can just see them all together. Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Boy, that's a beautiful card. Look at the Ace of Cups, lemniscate there. She's a mermaid. Got the lemniscate in each one. It's on his hat here. Her hat, his hat. Aren't those gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Got the acorns down here. The detail that he's put in there. It's just absolutely fabulous. Oh, I'll try not to take too long, but this could be tough because I just love this. He's got the symbols down here. And then what the playing card symbol would be. Love that. I love it that he has this symbol on here. Beautiful. Okay, here's the twos. Two of Swords, Cups, and that's what's on the front of the box. The Two of Wands and the Two of Discs. Gorgeous. Two of Swords, going to make a decision. Choice, again. Figuring out where he's going to go. And the balancing act. Not only is she balancing the discs, she's balancing the serpent. Here are the threes. Love this depiction of the Three of Swords. She's pondering a loss. And here they are celebrating in their grapes. They are stomping the grapes, making more wine so they do not run out. And here's the Three of Wands looking out onto the ships coming in. And here's the Three of Discs, them working together. Beautiful. Fours. Love this. He's in repose. Four of Cups. Fourth cup is actually in the picture frame up there. We've got the Four of Wands and the Four of Discs. Got him held away in his treasure box. Here are the fives. Love it. A little bit of conflict there. Beautiful. Love the Five of Wands. Too many cooks in the kitchen right there going on. And then as far as the Five of Discs, they are on a deserted island, isolated in that regard. They're not out in the cold snow, they're on the deserted island. There's the sixes. The Victory card, going to calmer waters, sharing. Beautiful. Oh, the colors are so nice, and the line work. And as you look at go back and watch the interview with Simon on the Hermit's Cave with him, because he explains quite a bit more about these cards as well. A lot of the cards 1 through 10 and the meanings thereof, because he does have slight different meanings in some of them. Love it. There's the sevens. 8. I'll try to hurry up because I know I'm going too slow. I'm just enjoying looking at the cards. Again, enthusiasm. The 8s. Love this one. It's walking away. I've had it. I'm done. 9. Nightmare card. And you'll see these are the symbols that follow that I showed in the book. Where's the book? That follow the numerical meaning of the card. Numerical representation of the card. Where is that? Here. The numbered cards. This is the symbols for that. So you'll find them as reference in the cards as well. And the majors, I'll show you a representation of the different styles that he used in some of the historical basis for his choices. 10s. Now we're into the page. Love these. Love all the background, the detail in the background. and they all have meanings. I don't have, I would be here 2 hours if we went into the meaning of each one of the background. It'd be great to have him, and I'm sure on his website and his YouTube that he goes into some of this. I've watched, I don't know, about 10 of the card videos so far. They're fabulous. We have the Knight, Queens, love the Queens. We head down here, an unfortunate soul, and I love that the water nymph kind of figures here. Tigers here, lions. Looks like a tiger to me. Lions. There's the black cat. Love it. Here's the king. Beautiful. Beautiful. He's got the sword kicked behind his head there. They look kind of casual there. Love it. Love, love, love. Okay, I'm going to get these out of the way. Now we're going to get into the majors. Now he saves the Fool for last. So I'm going to save the Fool for semi-last. All right, here's the Magician. Love that. Oh, just look at everything going on there. The candle. All of his equipment. He's got his bottles for his potions here. Love the hat. That's a nod to the Marseille type of hat. Okay, I'm going to set these down. All right, here's the High Priestess. Beautiful. She's got the book and the keys. Balance. Gorgeous. Now we've got the High Priestess, and I want to take just a minute to show some of the influence from the other decks of the past. This is the Sforza deck. It's the Visconti Sforza. You can see the nod to the shield. I'm going to raise up the camera for this. Bear with me. There we go. Nod to the shield there. Another reference was the Rider-Waite. Star of Crowns. That's the astrology aspect of things. Marseille. This is the woodblock Marseille that he referenced. Here's the Worth. Running out of room. Scooch this over a little bit more. And the Thoth. So there's elements of each. The Worth. They're the crown stars, or foot on the moon crescent. Everyone has a staff except the Thoth, which she holds the lotus flower. They all have a crown of swords, but he did bring the stars in for the astrology aspect. We've got the eagle on the sword, or on the shield. This is not an eagle, I don't think. I think this is a double-headed white eagle. Don't know that much about Thoth, quite honestly. And then the shield, he brought in Venus. And on the cover that she's sitting on, That is actually Venus, and Venus is the one astrological sign that actually connects all the tree of life. You can superimpose it right on the tree of life. So that's kind of interesting. And then she has the wheat and all. But this was an example he used in his one video. I'm stealing this from his video, that he showed these cards and talked about each card and the influence that these cards and the history of these particular decks had to do with the creation of the Empress. We've got the waterfall here that matches here. So I just thought that was so interesting. So interesting. So we'll get back to I had to digress there on that. I thought, oh, that whole aspect of that is just fabulous. So we'll get back down here. There we go. Now, and the cards, it's a regular size, and the cardstock is really nice. Cardstock is super nice. You can riffle shuffle. It's not too glossy. It's really, and I like the fact that it's a semi-gloss because it really brings out the line work and the colors. It does highlight those. So there is our Empress. Here we have the Emperor. And I wish I could go through each card and say all the historical influences, but again, visit his YouTube page because it is phenomenal. Everything and then some is there. And he's so wonderful to listen to. His energy is just so nice, peaceful, calm, positive. And there's our choice. We go from the Hierophant to choice. And the Chariot. I love all the purple involved. Got the two horses. He's looking back at him and say, what? Where are we going? Where are we going? And it's interesting that the tower's on fire back here. There's so much to look at. I mean, you'd have to go through this deck several times to see it all. And now we have Justice, just on the front of the book. Beautiful. There's a significance to the butterfly, and I cannot remember what that is. I do apologize. My old brain will only hold so much. Time, Father Time is the Hermit. Lovely card. And he has the crutch, which was depicted in the Sforza, I think let me see if I can remember. Was it the Visconti Sforza or, yeah, I think it was. They had a crutch there. Don't quote me. He has an excellent explanation of the Hermit. Of course, I just can't remember all the details. The wheel, love the wheel. We have characters of the cards here for the wheel. Got death down here waiting. Love it. Fortitude or strength. And there's a significance is the type of depiction around her head here too. And here is the Hanged Man. Beautiful. There's death. Temperance. This is interesting that this is leading in. And there's it looks like a picture frame, but it also looks like a column walking through a doorway, a passageway, a portal of sorts. The Devil. There's the Tower. He calls it the Thunderbolt. think it's the medieval feathers deck that the tower. There's 2 tower cards, and one of them is pertains to the lightning hitting the tree. That's the medieval feathers. That's a gorgeous deck too. Star. There's the butterfly again. Moon. There's the balance. Is that balanced or is that? I don't want to misspeak. I tried to cram a lot into my head the last few days. That doesn't always work out so well. Yeah, that's balanced. Good for me. Yay. I remembered something correctly. Triple goddess. Love it. The sun. I love the expression on the horse. He does throw a little humor and whimsy in here and there. Fame. And the world. Beautiful. All right. Now, into the fates cards. Okay, we've got Vision, Falconer, Prudence, the Grail. Let's see what he says in his book about the Grail. He did go over these pretty, I don't know what the word I was trying to say. Went into a lot of detail with Simon. Okay, let me see if I can find this. There we go. All right. The Grail. Disruption of darkness. The Grail signifies the ultimate quest for enlightenment and disruption of darkness. It is conclusive fulfillment of a physical or even mystical experience. It depicts achievements of the highest spiritual potential of the human consciousness. The mouth and base of the Grail have 6 sides, each representing an aspect of the truth of ourselves: understanding, knowledge, compassion, intuition, peace, and bliss. The top is curved. Now, I'll get this in the picture so we can look at it together. The top is a curved cauldron of Brawn, the blessed, from which 2 streams of blood and an arrow project upward. This represents illumination, the healing of all wounds, and the key to everlasting happiness. A transcendent reconnection with the divine provides freedom from suffering, desire, and sense of self. Encircling the Grail is an Ouroboros. The serpent that bites its own tail is symbolic of truth and the circle of life. It is the beginning of the end and the end of the beginning. Until all life lessons are mastered, it is necessary to return to the beginning to start again. The quest is completed when the snake breaks its loop to climb upwards and experience illumination. Nirvana is achieved when the soul is released from the cycle of death and rebirth and effects of karma. Bordering the Grail are an anchor and a dagger, representing the balance between hope and conflict. Every action yields both good and evil results. The best we can do is lean toward the light with compassion and understanding. Love that. See how intricate his descriptions are, helping you to understand the card and its use and meaning. Here's the dragon. Hope. And his symbols are throughout there. Faith. And charity. And there's the nod to the Thoth card, the Empress card, where the pelican is pecking at its own chest to bring blood and nourishment to the chicks. There's a lot of interplay between the symbolism and such. And here is our Fool. at the tail end. Happily looking at his flower and a butterfly. The wheel up here, all-seeing eyes. Beautiful card. All right, and then we have the zodiac signs, and he doesn't use the name of the zodiac, he uses a reference to the image. So here's for Pisces, here's the two fishes. Here's Aries, the ram. We go with a sea monster. The bull, I love this. I love it. The twins. The crab. That's me. The lion. The maiden. Scales. That's Libra all around, isn't it? Got Librans need to keep those scales level. Scorpion. Serpent bearer. That's Eupheus. I can't pronounce it correctly. Here's the centaur. Sea goat. And the water bearer. Love it. These cards are so gorgeous. I think everyone should have them just for the history of it. It's going to take a while for my brain to absorb it all, but I am so thrilled to have this deck. And again, watch the interview on the Hermit's Cave. That's been very recent, a couple weeks ago. Go to his YouTube page, Michael J. Auger in the YouTube. Wonderful information there. So much to enjoy about these decks, or this deck. So much. It's just so fabulously done, so well done, and the drawings and the history is fascinating. To hear how he went about this, it's just outstanding. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, go to his site, go to Simon. You can get a lot more information. I just had to come on and share my enthusiasm for the entire production. It's just absolutely wonderful. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll be back soon with another video, and bye for now.